Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Audrey and I am a failure. I say this because I've done a lot of things in my life that I start and don't finish or think that I'm gonna love. I don't know if this is like self-diagnosed ADHD and I have the attention span and the money for something for like 2 weeks and then I'm kind of over it and I don't really get super excited about it. But also, like, I just want to have experiences and learn skills and things like that. And it doesn't always translate to this is something I'm going to be passionate about for the rest of my life. But the reason I say I'm a failure, and that's a good thing, by the way, is that this year, for the second time ever in my entire life, I decided to do NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. I always used to pronounce it NaNoWriMo, and then this year I heard so many people talking about it. I was like, that's how it's pronounced. Cool, got it. So I did NaNoWriMo, and last time I did it, it was like a nonfiction book, and so I was writing down all these thoughts and ideas, and it was when I first tried to start this coaching business, and I was going to write this book and self-publish and be a millionaire and share lots of good ideas with the world, and that did not end up happening. But I did hit, you have basically the month of November to write 50,000 words, and you just type, and that's your life, typing or handwriting, or please, dear God, I hope people aren't handwriting 50,000 words. That is, or at least you're getting a hand massage every day. So I wrote my 50,000 words and I felt like a success because the point is not to finish writing a novel. The point is to have a workable draft of something that you can then later go back and edit and put together and then do whatever you want to do. So I decided I'm going to do it again this year, but I'm going to do it as fiction. I'm going to write a pretend story and it'll be fun. And I have this idea and let me just start. And I started typing and it was pretty good. I was actually pretty excited. I was writing really well. I've been reading a lot lately, and when I read a lot, I write differently. And I kept writing, and for the first, 5-6 days, I was pretty consistent. I think the goal was 1,667 words a day in order to hit 50,000 by the end of the month. But then the weekend came and I had more time with my partner and it's okay, I'll just catch up tomorrow, which that didn't happen. And then I got behind and then I got more behind and then I got really behind. And then I had one day where I tried to catch up but like I couldn't stay focused and I ended up not finishing 50,000 words. I don't even think I got to 20,000 words. I think I got to like 16,000 words or something like that. So yeah, I didn't make it. And I had a friend who at the same time was doing NaNoWriMo, and she had this great idea, and she was writing and writing and writing, and she would send me all these text updates about how many words she's written, and how excited she is, and how there's no way she's going to fit all this into 50,000 words. And I was so happy for her because that is so cool, and being in that process, I know how much effort that takes and how much it took for her. But also, I felt like, well, how come she can do it and I can't? Like, I'm just not motivated enough. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of really feeling bad about this. Then I was talking with my partner and he was like cheering me on. He's my biggest cheerleader. He's always been such a good supporter. And what he said to me towards the end when I was like, there's no way I'm hitting 50,000 words. There's no way I'm getting this done. And he was like, well, I hope that you just enjoy and get done whatever you want to get done in the next couple of days while this thing wraps up. And I absolutely love that because it's really about learning to enjoy the writing process and not necessarily have a finished product that you can have a novel and then sell it and all of this kind of stuff. It really is the process of enjoying writing. And the comparison that I heard made, I went to, they had like a little webinar write-in video thing, and they were saying, it's people don't take dance lessons necessarily to become a professional dancer and like make money from it. They take dance lessons because they enjoy dancing, they enjoy the process, they want to learn. And so I kind of shifted my mindset a little bit. Like, okay, I'm just going to write for the joy of writing. And if it's stressing me out, like, it's okay. I don't have to do it. I put this on my plate. I don't have to do this. It's fine. It's on a timeline, but it's on somebody else's timeline. And that doesn't mean it has to be my timeline. So even though I failed at it, it kind of shifted my perspective a little bit on this is what I get to do and what I'm choosing to do and not what I have to do. I didn't fail. I wasn't on some kind of deadline that mattered. I'm not getting paid for this. Like, nobody's monitoring anything that I'm doing. And it's okay. Like, there's plenty of people that don't finish, and that's fine. And strangely enough, so that was like towards the end of November, and I haven't really thought about it much since then. But now it's been a month, and we're getting close to January. And I have a few things that I've been doing at night when I get home. I have a computer game that I play every now and again. I have these YouTube videos that I like watching. I have the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch that I have not gotten all the way through. I've accidentally beaten the game, but there's still a lot of stuff to find, so I'm just in super ridiculously casual exploration mode. And I'm working on sewing a mock-up of a shirt. So it's like, instead of that shirt, it's got more of like an actual collar, and it buttons all the way down, and it's got darts literally everywhere. But the problem is you have to do like a mock-up to see if the sizing of the pattern works and what adjustments you want to make, and I'm in the process of cutting out the pieces of fabric for that mock-up. Now, that should take an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe, tops. Have I been working on it for almost a week? Yes. And I'm also feeling guilt about that. Like, why can't I just get the thing done? And I realized today coming home, it's kind of the similar situation to NaNoWriMo. This is a hobby that I chose for myself. I'm doing it for myself. I'm on no one else's timeline. I'm not making any money on this. And how I choose to spend my free time is literally my decision. But it's so easy to put like a moral judgment on, well, it should be more productive, and I should be doing XYZ, and I really should be exercising, which I do need to do, but we're not going to talk about that. Like, the shirt should be done by now. Why haven't I done that? Or why am I spending all my time playing video games when there's so many other things that I could be doing? And it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like my time. If that thing is making me happy, cool. And I'm still decompressing from my last job, so I don't 100% know what makes me happy. And I've gotten really comfortable and complacent in terms of, like, I come home, I sit down, and then I don't really do much for the rest of the day. And that's not a habit that I want to be in. But also, I'm very much influenced by the people that I'm around. So when I come home, my partner's not here, and I don't have anybody else that I'm going out and doing things with. And then when he gets home, he's like tired because he's working a job that's very physical right now. And so he gets home, especially if he's worked all day, he's just like ready to sit down and do nothing and decompress and play video games himself. So that's what I do with him. And it just ends up being like a very like non-productive time. But you know, we're coming into that age where like rest is productive and being calm is productive. Are there other things that I could be doing? Sure. Do I schedule that in? Not yet, I haven't, but I probably should. And so it's this big struggle of like, what am I motivated to do? And there's a difference between motivation and discipline. And I know what it is, I just haven't nailed it down yet in terms of incorporating it into my life. So I'm not like super motivated to do things. I also have a kitten running around, and so there's a lot of things that I feel like, well, I can't paint because she'll be chewing on the paintbrushes, and I'm going to have a hard time sewing because she's going to be all up in my business in the sewing machine. Or if I play the keyboard, she's going to be jumping on top of the keyboard. So I kind of use her as an excuse not to do things. Because I don't want to shut her in the other room all the time. That would be terrible. But yeah, I'm really thinking about why am I labeling myself as a failure when I'm not doing the thing that I chose to pick up, that no one told me I had to do? I chose it for myself, and whether or not I finish it, who cares? If I do it in a month or 2 days or 6 years, does it really matter? No. So it all comes back to like learning how to enjoy the process. And a lot of times when I think about doing something, my brain just automatically feels this weight of like, I just don't want to do it. And I think this is a really good opportunity to soak in that space and soak in that feeling and figure out where it's coming from. Is this trauma slash stress from my last super toxic workplace that I still just haven't worked out yet, and my body is still learning how to come out of survival mode? Is this really just a habit of sitting still all the time that I need to break? Is this something that I can figure out on my own, or is this something that I need to have other people to say, hey, cool, let's go do the thing? Who knows? Who knows? We're in Wisconsin in the winter, so I don't particularly want to get outside and do things, but maybe it's sign up for a class somewhere, and have a day that I just go out and do something. I used to keep a gym membership, but I don't have that because I never go. But I do still have personal trainer sessions that I need to schedule. And that would be really good. So, I don't know. It's this weird exploratory, figure it out. What do I want to do? What makes me happy? I'm not unhappy right now. Like, I'm pretty content. But I don't feel like I'm engaged with my own life. And I don't feel like I'm thriving. I feel comfortable. And I think I need to start pushing myself to feel uncomfortable, to challenge myself, to grow a little bit. I'm getting older. So sitting still is not going to be a good option for me if I continue to do it, because then that means I won't have the option to get up and move. So, I don't know. This could be a good time to figure all that out. But yeah, that's just a friendly reminder that, like, you don't have to do all the things. You don't have to finish the things. If you have a hobby or a project that isn't bringing you joy in that moment, like, nobody's forcing you to do it. It's okay. But recognize that about yourself and take some time to process it and go, okay, well, what is that thing that's holding me back? Like I said, I have thought about doing something, and then my brain just like throws all this weight. So what is that weight? What is it made up of? Where is it coming from? And I think, if we kind of dig into those questions and lean into what our bodies and minds are trying to tell us, that'll kind of help us pick a next direction. And maybe it's, hey, keep going with the project because you like doing this and it's really rewarding and satisfying. It's just maybe you're bent over the table when you're cutting the fabric, so your back hurts a little bit and you need to cut it somewhere else. And if that means shutting the cat for 20 minutes in another room, so be it. I mean, shutting the cat in another room for 20 minutes. Even though she's super cute, I don't like doing that. So yeah, let's explore all those questions and figure out where we want to go and the things that are holding us back in our personal lives. There's only so much we can do with work, but when you come home at the end of the day and you have time for you, what do you do with that time and why? And what would you like to be doing and how can we get there? I know it's difficult. Some people have kids. Some people have dogs. Those people are weird. Just kidding. I like other people's dogs. There's no way no, I'm not a dog person. So yeah, let me know in the comments, like, when you think about those types of things and your hobbies and your goals and what you want to do and what's kind of keeping you from that. Where do you want to take that? How do we want to get there? I think it'll be a really interesting transition into 2024. I am not about to make resolutions. I gave those up years ago. But it's just a continual process of growth and development and pushing for that next thing. So let me know what your next thing is going to be, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for putting up with my random rambling. It's just the way my brain works. So we'll see if it gets any better or clearer over time. I appreciate you sticking on the journey. If you want to catch more content, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video. If you don't like the video, just shoot me a private message. You don't have to hit the dislike button. And we'll see ya next time.